Every morning, Miguel and Holly reveal Charlotte's deepest, darkest secrets.
It's Queen City Confessions with Miguel and Holly. Hits 96.1.
If you want to get your confession in, it'll be anonymous. Text us, put the word hits along with your confession, all one message, and send it to 96893.
Here's the first Queen City confession. I've been questioning my marriage, not because I don't love my husband, but because of this whole your spouse should be your best friend thing. It feels like every conversation I've had with my friends lately includes them gushing about how their husbands are their best friends, their go-to person for deep talks, emotional advice, all of that. And here's the thing. My husband, he's not that guy. I love him. He's my soulmate. We have fun. We laugh. We built this amazing life together. But when it comes to the deep emotional stuff, he's just not wired that way. He's not the person I go to when I'm spiraling or need emotional advice. My girlfriends are.
That's okay, because everybody's marriage is different. It's great if your spouse can be your best friend. Like, I think that's really aspirational. That's really great. But also, not every marriage is going to look like that. And you just said this is your soulmate. Why do you feel that? You know, you said this is your soulmate. Why do you think that this man is your soulmate? So focus on that. And if you've got a group of friends that can act as your deep emotional partners, then it works for you. Whatever works for you. It's not just one blanket thing across the board.
I'm such a big believer in being separate from your person and not being entangled all the time. Because my husband is gone for work for Florida for a few weeks. And my mom called me the other day and she was like, "Are you sad? Do you miss Abe?" And I was like, "No." I was like, I love him and I do miss him. But I'm happy that he's having experiences and I'm having experiences. And then you know what? When he comes back to Charlotte, we're going to spend the next 3 weeks dissecting everything that happened and be able to bond instead of just sitting quietly together. So you need that, and that's okay. Here's another Queen City confession. I'm seriously thinking about breaking up with my friend. I can't take it anymore. They just came into their trust fund a couple of years ago after turning 35. And they've become the cheapest person I know. The final straw, we went out to lunch and I was short on cash literally by 36 cents. And they actually Venmo requested me for it. It's like the more money they got, the tighter they became. And honestly, it's exhausting. I don't know if I'm being dramatic, but I can't keep pretending this friendship still works.
Sometimes you do have to break up with friends, by the way. That's a whole thing. You can look online about how to do it a great way. But isn't that interesting? I've always thought that oftentimes, obviously this is not to say everything or all people, but the people that tend to complain the most out loud about money or how much things cost have it. There are some members of my family that are always talking about how much they have to save or how much they have to watch or this and that about money. It's like a constant theme, but they have the most money in the family. If you're truly struggling, you're not out here putting your business out to everybody. I don't know. It's just it's a weird thing what money does sometimes.
How did money change someone for you? What did they do? Did they become tighter like this, or did they start spending more money and become more free with it? Call us up 1-844-HITS-961.
1-844-448-7961 or text HITS and your message to 96893.
Because I always said if I won the lottery, girl, everybody that I know, you gonna enjoy it with me. Because I don't want to just be sitting on an island by myself. I want you to enjoy all the Little Debbie snack cakes I'm gonna buy.
All the Little Debbie snack cakes. Thank you, Miguel.
Here's the last Queen City confession about the proposal.
Oh.
I honestly can't believe I'm even saying this, but here we are. This past weekend, I took my girlfriend on a little getaway to Miami to get away from the cold of Charlotte. I had it all planned out, chill weekend, good food. And on Sunday morning in our hotel room, I popped the question. I thought she'd be excited. I thought she'd say yes. Instead, she looked at me and said, "I'm not sure." The rest of the trip, super awkward. And now it's been a week and we haven't really spoken a lot. I honestly never thought in a million years she'd say anything other than yes. I don't know what to do.
Well, you got to have a talk.
Yes.
What do you mean you haven't talked? Isn't that the number one thing you got to talk about? Like, we can just go pretending that you're still in a relationship. Like, obviously something is deeply wrong on her end and you have not seen it. Obviously there is something, there's a disconnect here. So you have got to be open and let her talk about why she doesn't think this might be a good idea. Because otherwise, what do? You're wasting time. You're just wasting time pretending to go about things. Get to the bottom of it.
But also, it's okay that because you were so excited and all of a sudden you were slapped in the face with this news. And so you're like, I don't even know up from right.
Yeah, I know. Let's
see if this has happened to someone. If you were told no during a marriage proposal, what happened next? Because we always hear those stories about they popped the question, they said no, but no one ever follows up to say, like, what happened days, months after the fact?
Did you just break up or did you work on it and then end up getting married later on? I don't know.
Yeah. So if they said no during a marriage proposal, what happened next? Call us up 1-844-HITS-961.
1-844-448-7961 or text HITS in your message to 96893.